Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray, along with Wayne Cotto co-hosting today. Rock Cod Rick had some duties to cover with his kids today, but we've got a great guest for you today. Mr. Bob Kantor from Katmai Lodge, one of the greatest places on earth to go fishing, is here. We're going to be talking some spectacular fishing in Alaska, so you stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of Southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
The San Diego Rodeo is happening soon at Petco Park, and your San Diego County Ford dealer can get you there as the official truck. Take a test drive at your local San Diego County Ford dealer and get 2 complimentary tickets to the San Diego Rodeo that's happening January 16th through the 18th. It's only while supplies last, and the tickets are going fast. Don't miss out. Be sure to visit buyfordnow.com to find your local participating Ford dealer to take your test drive today.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Boy, we're going to have a great show. We got Bob Kantor in here from Katmai Lodge, and Pete's back from his
from his Zihuatanejo.
There you go.
And thank you, Wade, for stepping in quick. Rick had some kid issues. Dallas had to work, and somebody has to watch the kids.
Not a problem.
So thanks for stepping in today. It's all happened like late. I landed at LAX at like 7 o'clock last night, and I got a text like, oh, okay, here we go. So that's great. So Bob, welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Wayne.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me today.
Every time I see you and we talk about this place, it's like, oh, this is paradise.
It is special up there. It's
It's
definitely a special place.
There's nothing like it. Yeah.
Well, you've been there. You know what it's all about.
I do. It's a special place for sure. And so tell us what is Katmai Lodge?
Well, Katmai Lodge is basically it's a fishing lodge that we offer pretty much all inclusive. We have everything for you, all your gear, your poles, your rods, reels. You can come up to Alaska. We're in the Bristol Bay area where we have one of the biggest salmon runs in the world. This last year we had 2.7 million sockeye come by the lodge.
What 2.7 million sockeye salmon.
That's what was counted by Fish and Game this last season. So you're going to catch some fish as they cruise by, and we basically are on the Alagnag River in the Bristol Bay in the Katmai National Park Preserve. So as the fish migrate up through the streams, they have to come by our lodge basically to feed the park. That's with all the bears. We have the famous bear viewing. If everybody's probably familiar with the Fat Bear Contest, you'll always see that. But we are
the Fat Bear Contest. What's that all about?
Well, the Fat Bear Contest is put on by the Park Service, and all the visitors. We do offer basically a trip. It's a luncheon trip. We take you over into the park, where it's basically kind of like going in Yosemite or Yellowstone. It's ran by the Park Service, so we have access to the park once we. You stay at our lodge, you fish at our lodge. After you've caught a lot of fish, you decide, well, I'm going to have a day off today and go walk over to the park. So we put you in the Otter, and I fly you over to the park. We land, we taxi onto the beach. You get out and you go to the viewing platform, and there's a beautiful viewing platform.
It's
and you
fantastic.
can, yes, and it's something that you just can't explain to people.
Well, we all talk about National Geographic moments.
It's the National Geographic. When you were a kid, or well, most of us could remember there, where you see the bear standing there and it catches the fish in the air as it's jumping up the little falls. That's Brooks Falls.
Yeah, you're there. You're standing there watching.
Right, you're standing
nature.
there watching it, and these
and
these bears come into the area. They get along with each other because there's so much fish in the water.
And these are all sockeye.
Mostly sockeye. Yes, I would say 90% of them are sockeye, but they get all the other species that come through too with them, as they're depending on the season and what time they're coming in. But all the bears gather from the park, come out of hibernation, go down there and just eat every day.
You ever see a bear try and grab a king salmon?
No, I've never seen a king salmon go through.
They're probably a little fast. Maybe.
Yeah, the king salmon stay mostly in the deep water.
The
deeper water. They don't come up the smaller streams.
Yeah.
They basically spawn in our river, but they're all deep water fish, where the sockeye are really on the shore. They come up the sides of the shore, left and right of the channels.
Yeah, they go up in waves, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So Wayne, how would you feel standing in a beautiful river in Alaska, and there's a bear munching on salmon, maybe 100 feet from you?
As long as they're munching on a salmon and not me, I'm good. If they have enough to eat, they won't bother you. But when it's a little bit scarce, I'm not going to be standing there too long.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular to see that as you're fishing, because the bears are there, and once the fish show up, and the only time they do show up is when the fish show up.
Yeah,
and because they come out of the hills and come down to the flats and get their own little territories, and you see them every day. I don't think there's one day that you don't go by, fishing at the lodge, that you don't see a bear.
Yeah, no, it would be rare.
Very rare.
Yeah,
yes.
for sure. Or a moose.
Or foxes and the beavers and otters, and we got it all up there.
Yeah. You see foxes every day when you walk to the boats, right?
Yeah,
you have resident foxes.
We have resident foxes. They're my best exterminators for the little voles that are running around. They keep it pretty much cleaned out.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Better than traps.
Yeah, better than traps.
That's so cool. So what's involved in a trip to Katmai Lodge? Take us to the paces. How do we get there? How do we book a spot?
Well,
by the way, before I forget, thanks, Charmel, reminded me. There's one spot that just opened up on our Let's Talk Hookup trip.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's
so
great.
that's huge because it's prime time.
Yes, prime. You guys come out about one of the best times to come up to the lodge is the Let's Talk Hookup group that comes up there. But basically, you get on, go to our 800 number, get a hold of Charmel or Laura, and basically pick your spot that you want to come. You'll take a flight from down here, like say LAX. You'll go LAX. You can go direct to Anchorage, spend the night at a hotel, up in Anchorage, get up in the morning and we have charters that go from Anchorage right into our lodge. We have our own runway. So yeah, it's very simple to get up there. And
how many people on the charter?
We got 16. It's a 16 passenger Beach 1900. It's run by the charter company that brings us out. They drop us off. Once you get to the lodge, we'll greet you, we'll meet you. So you get there around 9 o'clock in the morning, 9-10 o'clock ish as the charter comes in. You'll meet your guide. You'll come, go get your gear, get settled into your rooms, sign your fishing license. And then by 1 o'clock, you're down at the water getting ready to go fish.
Wow.
So it works that
sometimes
that
earlier even.
Yeah, it's sometimes sometimes a little later too, depending on the weather.
It happens.
Remember last 2 years ago when the Let's Talk Hookup came in, and we had that nasty storm that went through.
Yeah.
You guys didn't get in till like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon.
But we still got to fish.
Oh yeah, I still got to fish.
Yeah.
Exactly. But those days, it's Alaska. You can't plan it.
No,
it's like you pick the trip, and it's a year from now. You're not going to really know what the weather is.
And I've been up there when it was sunshine, 65, 70 degrees, and beautiful skies for 7 days. And I've been up there when it was not quite like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's Alaska.
That's fishing. That's why they call it fishing.
It's fishing, right? Like
Just
anytime
wait a
on the-
half hour, it'll change.
Yeah,
It's like
anytime
today
you're on a
down
trip.
here in San Diego. It's beautiful. There's
Yeah.
days that you wake up in the morning and you go, "Wow, look at this! This is
Yeah.
a nice day today."
Yeah, for sure. So I love the way we are all jaded, especially you, because you live up there and you run the lodge. So jaded with every aspect of the lodge. You were saying, oh yeah, the charter flight lands on the runway in the lodge. That in itself, the flight out there and back is a
It's
spectacular
yes.
experience, because here you're flying over the tundra, and low tundra. There's no big trees or anything like that.
No.
Right over there, and it's like, where are we going? We're in the middle of the tundra, and then all of a sudden you hit the ground, and you're on the ground at
Right.
Katmai Lodge on a
Right.
gravel runway.
Right. Yeah, people realize they think that Alaska is just nothing but mountain ranges and mountain ranges. It's pretty flat.
Yeah,
It's
in certain spots.
It's certain spots. It's as flat as it gets. But you do come over the mountain range, and it's the Alaska range, which is spectacular with the glaciers and
For
all
sure.
that. So you get to see all that. And when you come into the lodge and land, we take it from there.
yeah. And you have your own float plane.
Yep.
You're a pilot.
Yep. We have our own float plane.
Yeah.
And so we do fly outs. So we can, once you come in, depending on when you come in the season, for trout fishermen, we do some great fly outs to the Moraine Creek, the Battle Creek, Contact Creek. So
Memorable experiences.
Great Dolly Varden fishing. Then that's pretty much towards the end of the season, towards the end of August. But for most part, we catch a lot of sockeye salmon, chum salmon. We got the pinks coming in this year. This year's going to be
this year's a pink year?
This is a pink year.
Oh boy.
So there's going to be another 1 million fish coming in the river on top of the 2.7. So
2.7 sockeye,
million
a million
up our river.
a million pinks, and then what's the count on the kings?
The king count is this last year was phenomenal. We were all catching 20 to 30 pound kings. Everybody was catching them. It wasn't just one or two. We all had great king season this year.
And then because the chums made a big comeback, so did the trout fishing
Exactly.
improve in the collection.
The chums come in, and the chums actually spawn in front of the lodge. Up a mile or two above and below. So as they're spawning, obviously they're putting the eggs down. So the trout come down from the smelt run, come down and circle around all the chums as they're spawning and sit right behind them, and you basically spot fish them.
Yeah.
You see them out there, and you can see the trout behind there, and you just throw a little egg pattern out there, and wham, there you go.
Yeah, and there's some giant trout in that river.
Yeah, there is.
Like, what's the largest you've ever caught?
I've caught a 32.
32-inch trout.
32 inches, and there's some
Which is
people
what,
have
about
caught
that's
34s.
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 How big is a 32-inch trout? 10, 12 pounds?
Yeah, right around there.
Holy
Exactly.
mackerel. I mean, and these things are native Alaskan rainbows.
That's my best.
so hard.
Most of the average is between 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
You're going to catch 20s to 30-inch trout.
Oh,
as you're
yeah.
coming in.
Yeah, you catch a 20-incher and it's like, it's an okay one,
Yeah, it's okay.
right?
Yeah.
You start going 22, 24,
Yeah.
it's like, now you're getting
Yeah.
there. But
And you 20-inch trout up in Mammoth, you'd be hit the front page news.
yeah, for sure. So take us through the different seasons and when people with different interests should come.
Right. Well, see, the sockeye, there's 5 species of salmon, and so basically, if you want to catch kings and sockeye, you have to come first in July. So the end of June, first.
When do you open?
We open June 8th.
June 8th.
Right. That's the opening season for trout.
For the trout guys.
So the trout guys come in early. The people what happens is we get a smelt run of all the sockeye go up into the 2 lakes above us. We got the Koklik and the Non-Vonix lakes. They spawn up in those tributaries to those rivers, and the smelt go into the lakes and live a year. And at the springtime, the ones that grew up there for years start heading towards the ocean. That's when the trout follow them. The smelt run. They follow the fish out to the Bay Area. And so that's why the trout fishing at the beginning of the season is phenomenal, and at the end of the season it's phenomenal. So if you're a regular angler and you want to catch kings and sockeye, you want to come early season.
Yeah.
If you want to catch a lot of fish and you don't care about what you're catching, you come middle of July to middle of August. You're going to get the most fish. The end of the season, we get the silvers that come in.
Yeah.
The silvers, and that's one of and yours favorite and my favorite. And they're the ones that are most aggressive.
Yeah. And they jump.
And they jump, they flip. They do. And plus, you're catching the trout that have been eating on all the egg rows for all the sockeye. So they're really fat.
Yeah.
They're fat and big. And when you pick them up, they're like belching out, salmon eggs that you pick it up, taking your picture.
And then that's the season where the
That's the
flyouts really shine for the big trouts up to the famous rivers, the Moraine, the American,
the Battle Creek,
yeah.
Contact Creek. Those are all famous. You could look at any fly fishing magazine, and that's where we go to.
Yeah. And these are rivers, Wayne, where you're standing, you fly, Bob flies you up there,
right?
And then he drops you off, go pick somebody up. See ya. Bye. Here you are in the middle of the Alaska wilderness, right? With your guide.
And hope I come back.
And hope he comes back, right? But and there's bears all over the place and stuff. You're kind of going, what am I doing here? It's the ultimate adventure, though.
Yes.
You walk over to the river, whatever river you may be, the American, or one of my favorites is the American up there.
Yep.
And there you are, sight fishing for 30-inch rainbows that are eating eggs behind sockeye that are spawning in that river, which is like 70, 80 miles from where they started in the ocean.
Right.
So they make it
a little
all
bit,
the
little
way
bit longer
there.
than that, but
Yeah.
you're right around there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so you're, casting or drifting an egg pattern down,
Right.
and here comes this giant trout just gobbles.
And when you see the sockeye, by that time they've already started to change. They've already changed. They're all bright red when they first come into the bay by us, and that's the reason why the Katmai Lodge is pristine. Is we're only 20 miles from the ocean. So when the sockeye come by there, they're bright silver. They're just, you almost can't, they're
right out of the
silver,
ocean.
right out
Sea
of the
lice
ocean.
on it.
Sea lice on there, and sea lice only lives about a day and a half before it falls off. And as they go by, they're silver, but by the time they get up to Moraine Creek, they're as red gets. That's why the name Reds. They came up with the Reds, and so the entire river is just loaded with red fish.
Yeah,
but behind the fish are the trout.
Yeah,
and that's what you're going for.
And that's kind of August until
middle of August through September.
And what's your last day?
We usually fish till about September 15th, September 20th.
Yeah.
So we got some great trout fishing at the end of the season that take you trout fishing.
Yeah, that's when all the guides go.
Correct.
Yeah, that's when they all come and say, "Okay, I want to go fishing."
Yeah. If you're a trout fisherman, that's when you want to come.
Now
you get silvers and you get great trout fishing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to keep any of the sockeye during that time frame. So you're basically targeting silvers to fill your box,
and they're delicious.
Right.
Yeah. Now, our trip being July 15th through the 22nd, we would fly into Anchorage on the 14th.
Correct.
And then we'd land in time to take a later flight out on the 22nd. So basically, it's kind of an 8-day trip.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
If you want, you can opt to stay the extra night in Anchorage, which I often do, and catch an early flight the next morning rather than get home.
Then you're not stressed out trying to get there and run.
Right. So, but our trip is the prime season for the sockeye,
sockeye,
for the kings, and then the chums are just beginning to come,
and then chums and the pinks, which are the humpies.
Yeah,
that will start coming in. So this year will be a phenomenal fishing.
There'll be fish everywhere.
It'll be everywhere.
Yeah. And you get to take home a box, like a 50 pound box of fillets of sockeye or king. That would probably be what you'd want to bring home.
Correct.
You don't bring pinks home, or
no, you don't really, because why?
They're
chums.
better tasters. Yeah.
Chums are good.
Chums are okay.
Chums are good. Yeah, chums are great for barbecue and smoking. There, I think they're the best.
Yes. Yeah.
So when you come up there, you normally for happy hour we'll have salmon that's there for happy hour just before dinner, and we'll be able to they'll be mostly chum salmon. That is because they have a little bit more oil in them, and it smokes a lot better than the sockeye.
And then of course the meals.
The meals
are unbelievable.
Prime rib steak, Italian night, Asian night,
fresh salmon every night. Every night. Phenomenal meals, and wine with dinner. And a cocktail hour. You have a full bar there for a very nominal charge. I mean, I don't think you make money on that bar.
No. The bar's there for convenience for the anglers. It's because I remember bringing, we'd always put a handle in my suitcase or something, and then next thing you know, it breaks. And you're all of a sudden you're
broken handle.
Broken handle in your suitcase does not go well
not for a trip
with
like
your underwear and your shirts with Jack Daniels all over it.
For sure. And the other thing too is if you don't have any spin casting gear, if you don't have any fly fishing gear, you don't have waders, you don't have boots, you've got it all.
We got it all. Absolutely.
All you have to bring is a rain jacket and your layer of clothing, right?
The layer of clothing. Right?
It's and this is in the middle of the wilderness, Wayne. I mean,
I got to go back to you're fishing along the river and stuff. What are the different tackle types? Because not everybody's a fly fisherman, right?
Right.
They get a little nervous. They go, "Oh, it's only a fly fishing trip," and I'm not a fly fisherman.
It's not.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you basically we have both gear. We have fly gear and we have spin gear.
Okay.
So if you never casted a fly rod before, you can come out here, and we encourage you to learn if you don't want to. But if it's just too much for you, you can't stand in the boat or stand on the shoreline because of the current. Just go ahead and put the spin gear, and you'll do fine. I don't think the fish really knows much difference what's in front of them.
No, right. I'm an avid fly guy, but I love the spin casting up there because especially for the kings, when you get a 20-pound king salmon to hit your light spinning gear, it, man. It's an exhilarating feeling for sure.
So we have all the gear you need, and how you're comfortable fishing, we'll provide it for you.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Wow, as you can hear, we got a great show going on. I don't know about you, but I've got 100 questions to ask. Hey, but do you want to join us? Call us at 833-288-0973. We're going to have a great prize today. One lucky caller or texter will win the AFCO Alaska package, including a Reaper windproof jacket and a Coastal Layer of Crew sweatshirt. Great layer of clothing, courtesy of AFCO. That'll go to one lucky caller or texter at the end of the show. Remember, you can call us at 833-288-0973 or download the app and text in. Don't forget to leave your name and your phone number on there, or your name and your phone number, so we can get back to you. And we'll be right back on Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Fillet knives shouldn't be disposable. Introducing AFCO fillet knives that are built to last. Designed in collaboration with Boker, Germany, AFCO knives feature 4116 German stainless steel, bonded with titanium nitride to ensure optimum corrosion resistance and exceptional edge retention. A non-slip TPR handle maintains a firm grip when processing game fish. Fillet knives from AFCO. Any fish, any water.
Hello, this is Captain Mike Totter from Searcher Sport Fishing. Alongside my colleague, Chef Josh Evans, and our dedicated team, we invite you to join us aboard the Searcher. Our fishing trips range from a day and a half to 8 days, available May through November, and include charter options. We're committed to upholding a legacy of top-notch customer service, delicious food, and a friendly and talented crew. Book your fishing adventure online at searchersportfishing.com or call Rachel at 619-226-2403. That's searchersportfishing.com. We look forward to welcoming you aboard.
Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. Fishdope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Fishdope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Catine, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the In the Know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
I believe there is no doubt that the finest sport fishing in the world starts right here in San Diego. This is Captain Frank Lepresti. Our fleet of long-range boats and crew are unmatched, and the Royal Polaris and Shogun are right at the top of the list. Captain Jonathan Yamati and his crew aboard the Royal Polaris are considered to be the finest long-range vessel in the world. From summer bluefin, yellowtail, and wahoo to giant yellowfin tuna, our record is unmatched. The Shogun, under the direction of Captain Rene Monteagudo, has become one of the most popular long-range boats in the fleet. This big, wide, solid riding vessel has gained a reputation for catching fish and treating their customers to an epic vacation on the water. I am so proud of Jonathan, Rene, and the crews on both the Royal Polaris and Shogun, as they have helped me keep the reputation of the premier vessels in the long-range fleet. Come see for yourself. Book a trip on the Royal Polaris or Shogun today. Check RoyalPolarisSportFishing.com or ShogunSportFishing.com, or call Monica or Jen in the office at 619-226-8030.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, Elgato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check SeaforthLanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Boy, we have a great show for you. Bob Kantor, Katmai Lodge. We've been talking through the break about all the things going on up there. Hey, and don't forget to call in at 833-288-0973 or text to the show with your questions. Get that from the Let's Talk Hookup app. And don't forget to leave your name and your phone number, because, boy, I know that I have a lot of questions, so I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to reiterate that Alaska AFCO package we're giving away today is a Reaper Windproof jacket, which is such a great jacket. That AFCO Reaper Windproof, a perfect Alaska jacket for sure.
Oh, yeah,
and then to layer it up, which is very important in Alaska, they have that crew sweatshirt. So that's a perfect layer top for you for going to Katmai Lodge. And thanks to AFCO and the great people over there for donating that for us today. In the meantime, let's jump into the phones.
Yeah, let's listen to John from Escondido. What's going on, John?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Your trip sounds phenomenal. Harold talks about it every year when I see him up at Queen Charlotte. And so it's someplace that my wife and I definitely want to come and see. So are you allowed to keep the trout?
No.
And my wife is not a great fisherman. She fishes a little bit. But I just wanted to come and experience everything, but you still have fun, correct?
Oh, definitely. The trout is, unfortunately, we don't keep the trout. We're in the scenic and wild river of the national park. So they don't let us keep the trout, but you're very welcome to take the fish out of the water, take your pictures, smile, and release the trout. So basically all the trout fishing is catch and release. And for your wife, that's one of the reasons we've done so well is we offer the trips to the park. And so if your wife is not an angler, she could definitely go on our scenic package, where we have a day of fishing, a day of sightseeing, which we have one of our guides, our naturalist guide, takes you up now for sightseeing. So you go look at the bears and cruise up and down the river with the eagles, watching them taking photography,
yeah.
moose. And then we have a full day at the park. So what we'll do is we'll load her up into the with obviously with other guests, is because normally we take more than just one or two people. They'll take over to the park, they'll have lunch at the park, they'll walk through the park, they can go hiking in the park, they go up to the platform, which is just spectacular to see. So we'll keep her real busy.
That being said, I've taken many couples, including my wife, who doesn't really go on very many fishing trips, up to Katmai. And I've taken friends that are very non-fishing oriented friends, and they all love Katmai.
Right.
I've had almost every one of them come up to me and say, "This is the greatest trip of my life."
Right.
And that's just what the Katmai experience is, because it's not just about the fishing.
Correct.
The fishing is spectacular.
Fishing
And
is
the fishing is
spectacular
easy. And actually the ladies really get into it
because they're catching.
you're catching. It's not fishing, it's catching. And the scenery around
Yep.
you, as well as you're on a river, right? You're on a scenic river. There's no bumps, no bruises,
There's no ocean,
no
there's
hanging on.
no swells.
Yeah.
It's just like glass out there most
Yeah.
of the time.
Yeah.
So it's a nice, beautiful boat ride up and down the river.
Right. And then we talked earlier about the other thing that is so spectacular. Thanks for the call, by the way, John. Is that the shore lunch? Describe that shore lunch at Katmai Lodge.
Well, as you'll get into the lodge, and that first day from coming off of the charter, and then at the end of the day at dinner time, the guides will come up to you and say, "Hey, what do you want for lunch for tomorrow?" Every boat has a barbecue in it. So what they'll do is you'll basically say, "Okay, we want to have salmon on the river." So they'll put together a whole package with all the trimmings, oranges, everything, apples, some potato salad or macaroni salad, and then you'll grab yourself the next day when you're out fishing around lunchtime. You'll catch yourself a nice, beautiful salmon. He'll whack it on the head and start cutting it up. And as you're fishing, he'll prepare a beautiful salmon lunch.
Fresh salmon lunch.
So
I'm
it's
drooling. I'm already drooling.
Wayne, I'm telling you,
That's so not
it's
fair.
like you die and go to heaven, right? Here you are.
And
the
then
most
he'll
spectacular
call you
scenery.
over, and you'll sit down, and we have all the utensils, the plates, and everything, and you'll have just a great lunch right there on the water. That's a shore lunch. That's our shore lunch.
Yes.
And then if after your third day you don't want any more salmon, you'll say, "Hey, how about a hamburger or a hot dog or a piece of prime rib from the night before?" So they'll prepare whatever you guys want to eat.
Yeah.
Plus, what type of beverage you want. You want a Coke, you want a Pepsi, you want a Coors Light, you want a
Alaska Amber,
a Modelo, or a glass of wine.
Yeah.
They
have it all.
That's comes with the lunch.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You want to go now?
Yes, I want to go.
Yeah.
I've wanted to go. Trust me. It's on the bucket list.
Oh yeah,
it is
for sure.
I mean, I've been listening to this. We've been to the hall shows with you, I haven't made it there. And I know how, when Ricky comes back, I'm just like, oh man, I'm Jones. Yeah. I want to go so bad.
Ricky and Dallas are hooked. They're definitely hooked.
I listened to them about the fly fishing and how they got hooked on it. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to go.
They were never, Rick's been a gear fisherman all his days, and then we kind of broke him into fly fishing, and once you try it and learn it, it's pretty neat to do.
Yeah. You don't have to have a lot of experience on it. It just takes time, and you have to stay with it. It's just about motion, right? How you get the motion down for throwing a fly.
Right. And once you do throw the flies, you catch something, and that makes it a whole lot easier once you're catching fish, when you throw the fly out there a few times. And you come, like when the Let's Talk Hookup group comes, you're going to catch fish, a lot of it. So you'll have a lot of good practice.
Wow. That's so cool. Because normally you go out, like I tried flying out here on the surf. It's not that easy, especially when it's windy. You got to have a stripper basket and all of that.
No, and then when it's windy, you just gear fish.
Yeah.
It's the specific days is just like, no, it's a little bit, the breeze is too much. Let's not try to fly fish, especially when you're, a beginner and novice. That's morally for the experts. And then that's another thing, when you are becoming an expert, you want to have a little bit of wind, because it's challenging.
Right.
To try to get the wind. It's definitely how you with the back cast, with the side cast, however those are the tricks that you do to get a fly in the position where you want it to strike the fish exactly where you want it, with the wind conditions at that specific spot.
About what fly weight rod and line are you
We
using?
use 9 weight rods, 9 weights, and then for trout fishing we use 6. So we'll have both in the boat. So we'll have 9 and 6s, depending on what you're going for.
Awesome. So we have
before we go to that, we've got a special guy on the line. I call him Mr. Chum himself, Harold Davis. What's up, Harold?
Morning, Harold.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Oh, hey, Harold, how you doing?
Good, man. Why don't you grab that plane, come pick me up, let's go.
Well, you missed out last year, Harold. We had a great chum season for you, and I know how you like to catch those chums.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Those are out of all the fish on that trip. Yes, and we've caught some big kings, and you can catch kings in various different ways: back trolling, spinners, bobbin hair jigs, doing that kind of stuff. I still enjoy the chums. It's a really aggressive fish. They're there to play.
Right.
If they're in the water, they're going to bite.
And they're big
a little bit, and they're big. And I tell everybody it's like catching a yellowtail in a river. They don't stop fighting all the way to the net. It's just they're mean. They're really mean, and they're so pretty. And we get a couple different types there. We get the ones that are just absolutely silver that were in the ocean 10 minutes before, or the ones that are starting to get a little bit purple that have been in the river for a week or so and then heading up the line. And that one year I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 or 70 chum in 4 days of fishing. For me, that was just me. That wasn't even my partner. Just ruined me.
No, you catch 5 chums in a row and your arms are sore for sure.
There's no doubt about that. So what is it about Katmai that just keeps you coming back, Harold? Yeah, I call him the Pied Piper because he starts to talk about it and everybody follows him. It's like, I got to go to this place, right?
Well, the fun part is you don't have to do anything. I think the older you get, the more you don't like packing stuff in and packing stuff out. And all you got to bring is a rain jacket and a little bit of clothes, and you're done. They got great waders, great shoes, great equipment in all different types, spinning, casting, fly, whatever you want. They have everything right there. One of the downsides to the program is the waiters won't fit when you're done because you eat too much when you're there. It's just great food. They need to make those out of spandex, I think.
That's funny.
Yeah, the food is great. The service is great. It's just so much fun. You don't have to go travel 45 minutes in a boat to go fishing. You can actually see the lodge sometimes from some of the points that we stand on, catching the sockeye would come by.
Yeah,
just literally a 5-minute run. So you grab up your partner, you walk down the dock, big 100 feet, jump in the boat, run half a mile, and hook up. It's just amazing.
It's pretty spectacular.
And I've taken many videos of it, but typically you're trying to catch these sockeyes. They're coming around a corner. And I've sat in the boat in the deeper water in the corner, not fishing, just filming. And there's just streams of fish going by. People go, are those really fish? Yep. They're just going by and going by and going by. So your opportunity is there. And the trouble with, like Wayne was saying, you go out there and try to go fishing in the surf. If you don't get a feel for it, you don't know if you're ever going to get one. Well, here, there's so much opportunity. Just you go, oh, that's how you do it. Oh yeah, that really does work. Oh yeah.
And the guides there are spectacular at training you too.
Yeah, ask Brandon Hayward. He was up there with us, and he just went.
Brandon
crazy.
Bono, you mean?
Bono, Bono. He just went crazy. He goes, "This is amazing," and it's just something so different.
Yeah, Brandon, I call him the world's greatest fisherman. He had never experienced anything like this. You remember Brandon?
Right, exactly.
And he came back. He says, that's one of the best experiences of my life.
Well, once you start fly fishing and you've never fly fished before, and you cast and you hook up one, and then you cast again 3 other casts, and you hook up again, and then another 2 you hook up again, you start getting the hang of, hey, I got this handled.
Yeah. One thing I'll note too is Katmai Lodge is unique. It's in that it's on a major Alaska river with all 5 Pacific salmon that run through it. Many lodges you may see at the various shows and such are fly out lodges.
Correct.
And some of them actually fly into the Atlagnac, but there's some days they can't fly, and then you're stuck at the lodge.
That's true.
There are no days you're stuck at the lodge at Katmai, because you walk down the dock and you're on the boat going on this huge river system,
right,
for miles and miles.
Right, and we have that on, especially if you're on a 7-day package. We basically, if there's and we do get fog just like anywhere else. You
Sure.
get fog in San Diego, you get fog in LA. Sometimes you wake up in the morning and it's foggy. Well, we can't do the fly out. We'll wait around a little bit until it breaks, because it will break. It will break. It's just a matter of how long you want to sit around waiting for it to break.
Right.
And it's easier just to say, hey, it's foggy today. Let's just fish our river.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow it looks like
It's
the weather's
crystal
going to be
clear.
crystal clear, and
Yeah.
we can do the fly out then.
Yeah.
So we will maneuver what we need to do to make it work.
Yeah. And I might also add too, is that most of these lodges, and I don't know how you do this, Bob, are twice the price of what Katmai's not a cheap deal, but compared to other similar lodges to live and exist to a fly out or in the river lodge, they're many times twice the price of what Katmai is. How do you keep the price where you do?
We try to keep it low. We got great staff that are, we take care of our staff. We have our staff that comes back in every year, and we just make it work.
Yeah. And you do. We're very grateful to
for
you for carrying on the tradition. The tradition of Katmai dates back.
Oh, it goes back years.
From how long ago did you start going?
Will be my 17th year.
17th year up there.
17th year in a row of running the lodge. But I used to go up back when I was younger, in my 20s. I've been up there 30 years.
30 years.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say, if some of my trips with Marty Milder back there date close to 30 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, different owners and
Exactly.
stuff like that. Yeah. So, but it's always a phenomenal experience. But I think you've taken it to another level, because originally Katmai Lodge was housed, as you'll see when you go there, to hold like 60 people, right?
Correct.
Now your capacity is
30. We keep it at 30. We have 15 guides, two clients per guide. It makes it easy.
It's like you have the whole place to yourself.
We have the whole place to yourself. We got plenty of boats. We got 38 boats. So there's always extra boats. For some reason you have a problem with your boat, which it does happen once in a while. You just grab another boat, and go out that way.
Yeah.
So we keep it where it's comfortable. Everybody's got their own rooms, bathrooms, showers, hair dryers. So we're not packing a bunch of people in a room, especially as someone that you don't know.
Right.
And
so in other words, if you're coming up as a single guy or a single gal,
we have
you have your own room.
We have your own room.
Yeah.
So if you come up with a couples, we have couples rooms. If we have a group of you, 6 guys, we'll put you all in one whole complex, and everybody's got their own room, but you have a common area where you can come out and hang out together, have some drinks, play some poker or whatever, and then someone wants to go to bed, they can just go to bed and shut the door.
Yeah.
And the rest of the guys can stay up.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Right.
How many people go in that like a common area lodge area?
We have one of our has got 9 rooms in it.
Wow.
So basic with a common area. So we got to put 9 people in that same, when it's got 3 bathrooms in there. And so there's 9 of you in there. But then 3 of you want to go to bed, you just go to bed.
That's nice.
But there's others that just have 2 rooms, or there's others that have 4 rooms, or
Correct.
there's others that have just
single
room.
Single
and
room. For the single guys, we take single anglers. We'll have a handful every year. Someone that doesn't have a friend or anything wants to, they're just going to come up fishing by themselves. We'll put them in a single room.
But then there's the common area, the living room, or the lodge itself, the lodge itself, where Harold holds court every time we go. And then the other cool thing, as you'll attest to, right, Harold, is the guides each have a camera. You get a camera,
got a camera,
and every evening everybody can see what everybody caught on the screen, because
as you come off the water, one of the girls will be down at the dock, and they'll download the pictures of the day. And then we have up at the main lodge, we have 2 big screen TVs up on the wall, and we just stream all the pictures
That's really
throughout
cool.
the day, and everybody can brag about their fish that they caught.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Harold, do you have any?
Sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't, because some guys go, "Oh, damn, I didn't get that many."
Yeah, but that's a competition.
Wow. It's so cool. Harold, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I would. The camera is very important. I'm finding that to be more important all the time, because we take our cell phones, we go, oh, we got a picture of this, we have a picture of this. But when Brian Kiyohara and his wife came up there, she had a camera that took some pictures that were awesome of the moose and of the bears and of the eagles. And the difference of seeing something on a digital camera and seeing something on a phone is night and day. Just super clear, just really nice pictures of the people catching fish. So if you have a camera, bring it. You know, there's a place in the boat to store it, and then you can take it out and take really nice pictures. Because it's going to be something you're going to remember forever.
Yes, there's no question about
it. It's a very unique place.
And then you're going to want to go back again.
Good, that's good.
Again. Right, Harold? Like we're going to go in July.
And again, and again, and again.
Harold, thanks for joining us this morning. Appreciate you, and appreciate the Pied Piper himself, the Katmai Pied Piper.
Are we going to see you at the PCS show, Harold? Are you coming down?
I think so. I'm going to try to make that.
Good.
All right. Cool, Harold. Well, hey,
I'll stop by and say hi.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Appreciate that, Harold Davis. Always a pleasure to have him along for sure.
Well, as you hear, man, we've got so many questions coming in. We've got people calling and texting in, and you want to join us. You call in at 833-288-0973. And don't forget to use the Let's Talk Hookup app. Text in your question, leave your name and your phone number so you can get one lucky caller or texter will win the AFCO Alaska package, including a Reaper windproof jacket and a Coastal Lair crew sweatshirt. Great layer clothing, courtesy of AFCO. And when we get back, we'll be taking more calls, texts, and your questions on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Have you been looking for a live bait hook that keeps live bait alive? Look no further than Japan's leading fish hook, Gamakatsu. It's the little things that make the difference, and Gamakatsu hooks drive the point home. With an absolute perfect bend and ideal barbs, your bait swims harder and longer. And when you get bit, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Check gamakatsu.com.
For local or long-range fishing, we have you covered. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Being a part of the San Diego Sport Fishing Landing gives us a distinct advantage when it comes to getting you on the latest and hottest tackle for your trip. Our expert staff knows exactly what you need for your long-range or local trip, and we will not sell you something you don't need. We carry a huge inventory of the right tackle. So visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Hi, this is Captain Ray Lopez, owner-operator of the American Angler. I've spent more than half my life aboard the American Angler along with my partners Brian and Lori, developing a team that's as good as it gets. I've been fortunate to spend time on the ocean with so many fine people that I look forward to fishing with. We can't thank you enough for being part of the American Angler family, and if you haven't joined us, we love the opportunity to meet you. Text or call Lori at 619-223-5414 or check AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com.
Hi, this is Tommy the Fishmonger from Tunaville Market and Grocery and the TV show Fishmonger. I've known Yusuf Husseini for over 20 years, and he's the expert when it comes to real estate. He's helped me with estate planning and multiple estate questions that the average guy like myself just doesn't understand. Yusuf's not only a fellow angler, but he's an amazing realtor that specializes in helping us in the angling community find their ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free, no obligation home evaluation now online from Yusuf by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get that report fast. Yusuf is a SoCal real estate guy to go to. He's helped me and many of my customers and family members to find what they are looking for in a home. He understands the real estate market like no other, so take it from Tommy the Fishmonger. Yusuf's the real deal when it comes to your real estate needs. Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and I'll see you at Tunaville Market and Grocery.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Boy, are we having a good time inside of here with Bob.
So
Kantor.
much fun talking about one of the beautiful places on earth and one of the greatest fishing experiences you will ever have. I promise you that. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's the thing about Katmai is that you send people there and it's like, man, I can't believe that place exists. It's so amazing, right? What was it like the first? You were there 30 years
Oh, it
ago.
was just like just exactly how you explained it. It was like, wow, look at this. Look how easy it is to catch fish. I mean, you go up there and you get spoiled, and when you come down here to the States, lower states, you go, I'm just going to wait to go to Alaska again before, I don't want to wait 3-4 hours to catch one fish, or 6 hours to catch two, steelhead. I want to catch 20.
I want to read, and thing too is, I might note too, there's 4-day packages and 7-day packages
and 3-day packages
and 3-day packages.
3-day
also.
packages is mostly tuned in for the bear viewers. So you get a day of fishing, you get a day of sightseeing, and then you get a day at the park. So that really works good for the non-anglers.
Right.
We've had clients that will come in for a week, and then they'll bring their wives in on the 3 days. So it works both directions. So we fit them in where someone has a 4-day package. Well, we have really 3 days left over, and we have a guide sitting there, doing nothing. So we fill him in on those spots, and it's really become very popular. Especially for someone that wants to see Alaska, go to the park, see all the bears in the park, plus take a day of fishing. Some people just like one day of fishing, and and it's good enough for them. Compared
Not
to,
good enough for me.
Exactly. For all of us. But they'll also tie that into not just going to the lodge on the 3 days, but they'll go up to Denali.
Sure.
They'll go up to Seward.
Take the train
They'll
up
take the train.
Take the train from Anchorage up to Denali.
Denali,
Spectacular. We've done that before.
So we'll have clients that will come in, stay a day, take the train up to Denali, go walk around Denali Park, come back to Anchorage, and then catch our charter to come out. Put a couple, we'll also, we can move it around to where if you want to do 2 days of fishing, we can put that into the package too. Instead of a day just sightseeing.
Sure.
So we will be able to,
custom
blend what you need.
So you stay the 3, the 4, or the 7-day
correct.
package. Our package this year is, with the one spot left, is a 7-day.
7-day package.
6 days of fishing, 7 nights lodging.
Correct.
All your meals,
everything's included.
Well, let's find out what's biting.
Yeah, we got the catch report coming in, sponsored by Terrafin. Sea surface temperature charts. Focus your fishing on the most productive areas using Terrafin. Sea surface temperature, chlorophyll, currents, and more. With the Terrafin mobile, you can also access your charts on your phone or any mobile device. Check terrafin.com for more information. And hey, we got Brian Woolley on the phone. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'll make this quick. I want to keep listening to Bob talk about how awesome it is up there.
Yeah, you got to get up there.
That sounds amazing. Good stuff. Well, quick, easy report for us. Obviously, the weather was a key player in the week. It was absolutely amazing weather. I mean, we can tout that here, Bob. We got some pretty nice sunshine going on and whatnot down here. But water temp still this week, 60 to 62 degrees. Still, gosh, incredibly warm for January. Half-day anglers seeing some fun fishing. The bass action continued to be a mix of mid-water approach for those calico bass, sliding sinkers, 1/4 ounce to maybe a 1/2 ounce on those Carolina rigs fished well for those guys. And then the bottom setups like the dropper loops or leadhead and squid, caught some sand bass for those guys wanted to prospect and roll some baits along the bottom. A little bit of calico bass on the rubber lures as well. Obviously that sunshine really did help keep that water temp where it kind of needed to be relevant there and catching that bass. And then plenty of sheephead being caught and released as well. It's not really reflected in our fish counts. We don't really put stuff like that in there when there's a closure, but still plenty of that being caught and released as well for those half-day guys. Out in the deeper zones, still been productive for the sculpin, whitefish, and sand dabs. Dropper loops on lures still the best for the sculpin. That setup has been pretty good at eliminating the rockfish bycatch with the closure going on. So that's been a good setup for those guys. And then just some of the guys out in the mud with some, multi-hook ganyons, targeting some sand dabs, catching some of that going in the bags as well. On our halibut derbies, a few fish were caught on the Friday drift trip. Still no big, giant standout fish, which is good because there's still plenty of derby time ahead. Guys are catching some qualifying fish on the half days as well, buying in when they're buying their tickets in the morning. They're able to get in on that derby for $10. And then obviously those drift trips on Friday. And then finally, our hoop net trips on Friday nights. We have the open party trips. as well as, available for charter and whatnot. Those guys have been, bouncing hoop nets off the bottom there in some pretty nice conditions and catching some lobsters for those guys as well. So pretty nice weather week. Hard to believe it's January, but we rolled through it. Looks like another good week of weather ahead up to the weekend. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. Looks like there might be a little weather coming on the weekend. So if you guys want to get out this week, make those reservations. We'd love to get you out. Our number here, 949-496-5794. Of course, you can hit us on the web as well at danawharf.com.
Now's the time to go because, we're spoiled now. I guess the whole week, this week while I was gone was beautiful flat golf.
Yeah, we thought you were up north, like normal.
Yeah. No, I was very sad. I was in Zihuatanejo. It was beautiful down there too. 83-degree water, and although the problem was no wind, no surf. So but it was still beautiful. We still caught some nice waves and had a good time in the warm temperatures down there. But I was watching the weather up here, and it looked like you guys were just having flat competitions.
Well, I wasn't here. I was up in Sacramento, so it was cold and cloudy and foggy up there. But I was watching the same weather report you were.
Yeah, but perfect for you, right, Brian?
It's been a great week, no doubt. We'll take it. Hard to believe it's January.
Yeah, we'll take it. Hey, if somebody wants to come up, go fishing with you, how do we do it?
Thanks. Our number here again, 949-496-5794. Of course, you can hit us on the web as well at danawharf.com.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that very much. And we'll talk to you next Sunday.
And with that,
all right, catch you next week.
It's awesome. Hey, Bill Varney, the 2026 CCA calendar is now available at your local tackle stop and surffishtackle.com. All
right. Hey, and I'll tell you what, I want to thank you and Ricky for covering yesterday. Great job with Cameron Criven, and then the addition of him having his boy come in at the end of the show.
Man, that was special.
That was just so special.
He's just going to take the spot.
Cameron's so cool.
Yeah, he's going to take the spot. Cameron's going to sit back and watch.
Watching on YouTube as well as listening to it on the Let's Talk Hookup app.
Yeah. Hey, and as you can tell, we're going to be right back. That first hour goes so quick. We will have more with Bob Kantor at Katmai Lodge on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Do you know why 1 million customers visited Summit Gasoline last year at the San Diego Sports Arena? Because they give you the lowest price on fuel, great service, and easy access, even for trucks and trailers at their 24 pumps. Summit is known for the best price on ice, too. Almost half the cost of any other vendor. 25 pounds for just $3.99. Martha and her crew love fishermen, and they'll prove it by giving you 100 pounds free with a 35-gallon fill-up. Summit offers over 40 snacks and drinks to choose from for only 89 cents, and even a line of hand creams and lip balms for 89 cents too. Summit now proudly offers locally made burritos and sandwiches, made fresh daily and ready to go wherever the current takes you. Summit just upgraded their car wash, and for a limited time, get a deluxe car wash for only $6. Grab the wife's car, grab a cheap sandwich, and make up for the day on the water. Summit Gasoline, lowest prices, friendliest staff, easy access, and free ice. What more can you ask for?
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service sport fishing operation offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the spacious and comfortable 85-foot Liberty. With bunks for your comfort, a huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Fisherman's Landing also boasts the best captains and crews in the business, from seasoned veterans to our young future legends. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at royalstarsportfishing.com or call Tracy at 619 619-224-4764.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
This is Jake Cronenworth.
And the Padres in front. It's 5-3. The Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This program is sponsored and produced by Let's Talk Hookup. Opinions and offers expressed during this program are not those of Odyssey or 97.3 The Fan. Sometimes they tell some pretty hefty fish stories. We don't know if they're true or not.
And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
And welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup. Pete Gray here, along with Wayne Cotto. Got to get him, got to get Shotgun to get your name in there for sure. Wayne Cotto here with me, co-hosting today, as Ricky's taking care of the kids today. And I know he'd want to be talking about Katmai Lodge because Bob Kantor's here, and Ricky's been there several times with his wife, Dallas. And we're just having a great time talking about one of the greatest fishing spots or places on earth for sure, the Katmai Lodge in Alaska, and giving away a phenomenal prize.
Yes, we are. One lucky caller or texter will win the AFCO Alaska package, including a Reaper windproof jacket and a Coastal Lair crew sweatshirt. It's a great layer of clothing for courtesy of AFCO.
All right, thanks. And lots of good texts. You have a good one, huh?
Yeah, this is morning, guys. Great show. Question for Bob is what is the fish processing options and are there similar to fishermen's processing down here? And that's from Matt.
Yeah, Matt. What we have there is we have our own fish processing service there at the lodge. We have if you've ever fished out of the bay here in San Diego, you've seen those vacuum packers, those commercial vacuum packers that are about the size of a small table.
Yeah,
we have 3 of those. So basically, the guys after your day of fishing, they'll bring them in and they'll take you. You'll be catching so much fish that you'll be keeping just the best looking ones that you throw in your pail, because we let you bring 50 pounds of fillets home per person. You're going to catch more than that because just the weight of the plane. We got to get you out of there. Since we're in a remote area, we fly you in, and if you just do the math, if you add another 50 pounds times 16, that's a lot of weight going on the airplane. So we'll take care of that. That's all part of the package. They'll fillet it. They'll put it in we have a -10 freezer, which basically turns it into a brick overnight. And they'll fillet it up for you, package it, band it, put it in a wax box, suitable and approved on the airlines. Take back, so you'll be bringing them back home, and you'll just check it as your check bag to get back to LA or Orange County.
And it's spectacular. That's sockeye and the king,
right, and it's solid frozen, so it holds 24 hours.
Yeah.
It holds. It might be a little soft on the outsides, but then you just come home, pull the whole bag out, stick it in your freezer, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and it lasts a long time because it's very well done, very well vacuum packed. And I know a lot of guys will eat it fresh a lot of times. I know a lot of guys love smoked sockeye. I love smoked sockeye. But it's a great product that you're bringing home.
Correct.
And
right.
You bring home.
Bring home, and if you want
a prime sockeye fillet or king fillet if you want it, but you don't get fresh sockeye like that very often. So I encourage you to bring back the sockeye.
Yes, exactly.
For sure. I have another great text here from Rob in Seal Beach. He says, "Good morning, everyone. I went to Katmai Lodge with my wife this year. In fact, just before Ricky got there. We had a great time. I just wanted to say that our guide, Walter, was a wonderful human being. We really enjoyed him, and I can't wait to go back.
Great. That's
Yeah,
good to hear.
That's good to hear. Yeah, because you're spending a week basically with your guide.
Correct.
And they're cool. They're cool guys.
Right.
They're really very fishy. And
most of our
very-
guides come from Michigan area, back
Yeah.
east. They because of the steelhead that they do steelheading up in Upper Michigan, that whole area in the middle of the U.S. and so upper middle, I should say, the Great Lakes area.
Yeah.
And they basically are professional guides up there. They have their own guide service, but when it comes summertime, there's no steelhead. And so all those guys migrate over to Alaska, and because if you catch steelhead and catch salmon, it's the same techniques.
Yeah. And those guys are good.
Yeah, they're good.
They know their stuff.
They know how to catch them. They know what to use,
Yeah.
and they
and they bring some of their Michigan techniques
absolutely
to there. And
yeah,
it's
we've
like,
been doing
hey,
the
this
slip
works.
bobbers and all that.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
you see in the Michigan.
Because
guys.
it's a lot easier to catch fish in Katmai Lodge in Alaska than it is in Michigan. For sure. Well, let's jump into the phones, Wayne.
Yeah, let's talk to Baja Ben. What's going on, Ben? Hello, Ben.
We have you,
Good
Ben?
morning. Good morning. You there?
Yeah, we got you.
Hello.
Hello.
You there?
Gotcha, Ben.
Hello. Okay. Out of all the years there eating salmon, what is your favorite way to be cooking the salmon when you bring home those awesome frozen fillets?
Good question.
Oh, okay. I like to put it's basically I'll take the salmon with some of the local dry rub that you have that you can get at one of I kind of prefer the Traeger fish dry rub, and I'll sprinkle a little bit of that on there with a little bit of just a thin coat of mayonnaise on top of it. Then I'll take a couple onions and I'll slice the onions on top of that, just set them on top with a couple orange peels. Get your orange peels and put them on top, wrap them in foil and stick it on the barbecue, and it just comes out phenomenal.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
Again, drool factor high.
Yeah. Wayne, you have a good, hey, thanks a lot for the test call.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
And that does free up 833-288-0973. I have a question for Bob. There you go.
We got a text from Mike and Hemet. Love the show. I love the salmon and trout. I was wondering what the prospects are for grayling are in Katmai.
Oh, wow. The grayling they're there all the time.
Jeez.
Yeah. You
Dry fly grayling.
You dry fly grayling.
So fun.
Peach knows exactly what I'm talking about. Grayling are there all year long. So no matter, once you're tired of catching salmon and you're tired of catching trout, you always can go to grayling. Graylings are there as many as you want to catch. You want to catch 20 of them, not a problem.
Yeah.
And they're all on a dry fly.
Yeah. Super cool fun.
Super cool. And that's where you tune up on your fly fishing. So if you have a great non-wind day, someone that's not a very good fly fisherman could practice their skills by taking them to many of the different grayling holes that we have to take to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Rock Cod Rick couldn't stand it. He's sitting there at home listening to Let's Talk Hookup, talking about one of his favorite places. Good morning, Rick.
Morning,
Hey,
Rick.
good morning, boys.
Rick.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
Good.
Great. Well, we're having a great time. A little fun morning. It's me and the boys this morning, so they're occupied with monster trucks in the other room, and we've been enjoying listening and watching the show. Actually, we've been doing the YouTube thing, but yeah, man, it brings back so much fun memories getting to hang out and listen to you guys talk about what I think is my favorite destination that we've ever got to travel to, and that's Katmai. And you're right, Pete. That I was hanging long enough, and I just couldn't get in fast enough to come talk about the fun.
Yeah, well, thanks to you and Wayne for holding down the fort yesterday while I was down in Zewat. And what is your favorite thing about Katmai Lodge?
You know, I enjoyed hearing Harold's take and everybody else, and you, Pete, and everybody's retelling the same stories. And Katmai holds some really special, moments. Well, I mean, I hold some of the biggest moments of my life. I put the ring on Dallas's finger, and we got engaged on one of the gravel banks catching sockeyes. So there's some extreme sentimental things, but in terms of the fishing, for me, it's the variety and different things that you can do there, and the fact that it just really doesn't matter what your skill set is, from total pro to complete novice. The other big thing for me is fishing with the wildlife, and I think that's what really separates this from everywhere else. I mean, everybody said enough. The fishing's phenomenal. Everybody has got that. The stories are amazing. You're going to catch a ton of fish, but like your interaction with what everything around you is what it's just, you can't describe that part. You know, all of us can get the description of wide open fishing and know that, but you know, to see 10 different sets of bears in a day and foxes and eagles and moose, and it's an indescribable place every single day. Like every single day, it's just some epic adventure. And I don't have the words. Nobody has the words. You know, you have to experience it to really feel it.
Yeah.
And it always constantly changes. So you're floating down the river and not even thinking of it. The next thing you know, you come around a bend in there, and there's a moose with the calf, you know, come crossing the river, and you float right by it. It's pretty spectacular when you see that.
Yeah. And you know, I've been there, I don't know, probably 7, 8, 10 times, like over the many years when Marty Miller first started. Every trip is different.
Yes.
Every single one is different. And that's the thing, is that it you know, it's not the same old.
It's not fishing, it's an experience.
It's an experience.
And the whole, from the time you leave Anchorage to the time you land on the runway, that's an experience in itself.
Yeah.
You know, and then from then on, every day is something different.
And Rick,
you know, another,
go ahead.
I was just going to say another huge hats off that I have to give to Bob and the staff is, well, let me go back to that. The staff too, amazing. I mean, you want to talk about people who just will help you at every step of the way. Charmel and just the whole team, like everybody is so good in all the steps leading up to it, helping you pack. I got questions about gear. I got questions about clothing. So that's a huge one for me. But what I was going to say was I'm a tackle nerd. I'm a gearhead, and I have a really hard time going to places and not bringing my own gear. You need nothing at this place. I mean, it's high-end fishing tackle. It's a lot of Loomis and Phoenix rods, and it's high-end Shimano reels, whether it be spinning, whether it be conventional, whether it be fly casting. Like, they have gear for everything that you do, and it's all top notch.
Sims waders,
crazy.
You know, everything.
Yeah,
Boots,
exactly.
yeah.
Harold mentioned the waders and the boots. You go to the wader room, and they like, okay, Rick, you know, I think these 2 or 3 are probably the best. Why don't we try all 3 of these on, see what's more comfortable, see which boots you like. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Now you're set for the week. That's your gear. It's such a cool experience.
Yeah. And so what's Dallas's take on it? I mean, she wrote this beautiful article that's going to actually, you mentioned it's going to be in the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing magazine.
Yeah. You know, Dallas wrote a really cool story on our trip that I sent it to Bill DePriest. He was really stoked. They're going to run it in their next Alaska issue. So that'll be fun. If you really want Dallas's take, you can read it in the upcoming PCS magazine on their next Alaska spotlight. But
yeah. And it's also on our website too, in our blog too, if you want to read the story. It's really a great story.
Yeah. So you know, you talked about Harold being the Pied Piper. Boy, Dallas will give Harold a run for his money, man. Nobody reps Katmai like she does. And you know, it's been fun. Dallas has actually talked to a couple of different gals, like Charmel has hooked him up with, you know, maybe they have some intrepidations. Hey, I don't know if a week in the Alaska wilderness is right for me, being a gal. And Dal has talked to several of the ladies, because she's now been there several times herself. And it's the perfect mix of everything. You know, I mean, obviously she's really into the wildlife too, but there's levels of comfort that are made for a gal to be there on the water. The rooms are really nice. It's very comfortable. Dallas is a really good angler, you know, but there's some things that we like to do and things that we don't like to do. And everything is tailored for what you're into. If your gal is a hardcore fisherman and wants to leave a half hour early and come back a half hour late, no problem. But if it's the exact opposite and you want to sleep in, heck, that's fine too. Or in the middle of the day, it's kind of cold, and instead of doing shore lunch, let's go back to the lodge and get hot chocolates and eat lunch and warm up again. Whatever it is, they make the accommodation for you. And the only difficulty I've had with Dallas is somehow she's figured out how to be a better dry fly fisherman than I have. Whooped my butt on the big rainbow. So I got to think real hard about whether you know, she gets to take the bow next time, because she's kicked my butt time and time again up there.
Now, you talked about, you guys had this very, very good comeback of the chum, which meant the rainbows return during the time of the year we go to the Alagnac, and you got to fish the mouse. Tell us about that.
I came back saying it. I think I've told the story half a dozen times on the show, and I have to say it again. I have nightmares about the fish that I missed up there. So we caught tons of fish. It was incredible. And Pete, you've always talked about fishing the mouse. That might be one of the coolest bites in sport fishing.
For
so
sure.
It's fly casting. It's fly casting, which that's the place, Bob mentioned it. That's where I got hooked on fly fishing. I was a complete novice to it. You guys all said it. I don't need to say it again. You get so many shots that you become a better angler and you become proficient with it. But fishing the mouse is kind of like a cross between surface iron fishing and popper fishing, but on a river for these giant trout. You cast your mouse actually onto the shore, like onto dry land and the grass. You hop it into the water like a little mouse, and it's quick little strips. So you got this mouse that's a floating, fly. It's like trying to swim across the river in these little bursts. Exactly. That's exactly it. That's what you're trying to make. And so I can close my eyes and picture every bit of us. We were, our guide, Robbie, who was great, had us on this slow drift going down the river, and he's like controlling the drift speed with the oars. And I make a cast towards the grass. I'm strip. He called it everything. He pointed out there was a little cut in the river and there's a big log. And he said, our bite's going to come in front of that. And I'm strip. And I'm telling you guys, a log, a freaking torpedo, a fish that literally looked bigger than a legal sea bass comes just ripping out from the log, all visual. We see everything, mouth open, like a big largemouth would be, huge spot, just rolls, big belly, like side, half body out of the water, rolls, misses the fly, doesn't even touch it. And I see the broom tail. It really did. It looked like a sea bass. Boom, slap the water and slide back away. Never to be seen again out of my life. And that
In
fish
slow
will
motion.
haunt me. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
I've had those moments up there, and Bob, you've had moments where and believe it or not, sometimes they actually connect too.
Yes, yeah. Especially when they jump up out and then crash down on the mouse as your mouse, and that's my favorite. That's why I like a mid-August to end of August season. That's when we get the best mousing going on.
Oh yeah, along with the other stuff
man.
too, right?
You're catching silvers, and then I just mouse the rest of the day, and I won't do anything else.
Yeah.
You get that visual, and obviously you're hooked too now, Rick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it's my favorite place. I mean, I tell people all the time, like it is a trip that you have to do. Pete, you said it. It's not super inexpensive because it's worth it. And it's not because of the logistics and everything that those guys do to make it so comfortable. Katmai doesn't have a Costco around the corner, and Bob talks about it. Everything is flown in there. Every toothpick, every piece of toilet paper, every piece of filet mignon, like everything flies in, and you just can't imagine the level of comfort that they provide so far off the grid. From Starlink and your phone working if you want it, to all the great meals that we talked about and your options of drink. And it's a very difficult place to describe, but you have to go experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
It is worth it. You got to do it.
Yeah, the remoteness is what brings the lodge to tail. It's basically being in the middle of nowhere. And if you look at Alaska, it's kind of split in half. So when you get to Anchorage, if you say on the south side of Anchorage, it's you can drive. There's cars, but when you get on the other side of the Alaska Range, we're in Bristol Bay. There's nothing. There's no road systems. Everything has to be flown in.
Yeah.
And that's what.
And you're preparing now, you said.
Oh yeah,
you're putting
absolutely.
stuff, getting the container ready.
Yep, the containers. We got 2 containers that go up there out of Seattle, and it takes them about three weeks to get there.
Yeah.
On the ocean, and then it basically pulls into King Salmon Port there, and we have to haul everything from there to the lodge.
How many miles from King Salmon to Katmai?
38 miles.
38 miles.
38
But there's no road.
No roads.
There's a river. But
there's a river.
But
There's a river. There's no road.
There's no road.
Yeah, it's a long river ride. And that's kind of explained to people. If you can drive your van or a car or to the lodge, it doesn't have that same experience.
No. Definitely not.
You know, if you get off your plane and they put you in a van and then they drive you to the lodge, it's not the same.
It's a different deal. Yeah. Well, Rick, hey, good for you for taking care of those kids. Your wife is hard at work.
Yep,
And
say hi to Dallas.
Yeah,
Rick.
and sorry we're missing you on the show, but Wayne's doing a fine job. And again, thanks for covering for me yesterday too. Look forward to.
Yeah, you got it, boys. Same here. My pleasure. And Bob, Dallas wanted to make sure that I said hi back to you. I told her that you were on the show, and she was really excited and wanted to pass along the word to you and all the gals in the office there as well.
Is she going to come up to the PCS and see everybody there?
She wouldn't miss you guys for the world. She'll have the boys in the wagon pushing them around like last year.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can't wait. We feel like you guys are a real part of our family, and man, we love it and can't wait to go back. Great job on the show, boys. I'll continue to listen to the rest.
All right, thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks for joining us.
See you,
this morning.
Bob.
Appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
All right. And we'll see you back here next weekend, of course. Hey, Wayne, you have a great text.
Yeah, Darren from Menifee. Good morning, Pete and Wayne. Bob, what is the current fish take limits for salmon, halibut, link, and rockfish? Can't wait to get up there.
Well, basically, the rockfish in the halibut, that's in a whole nother world. We at the lodge, we're not a halibut fishing lodge. We're more of a stream-based lodge. We have all 5 species of salmon. So usually it starts off at 5 a day for the sockeye. Within a week or so, as soon as our escapement comes through the river, they bump it up to 10 sockeyes a day, which is quite a bit of fish. And that's, you're going to catch a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But you got 10 in the boat for the day. Usually by the second day, your box is already full.
Yeah,
It's full.
Usually
of fish.
you're just catch and releasing.
Yeah, you're catch and release after that. But so that's why you're
eating the shore lunch.
Eating the shore lunch,
Yeah.
or you just be real specific. If there's a little nick, if it just doesn't look the right color that you like, you throw it back because you're going to get another.
one.
You're going to get
bright
another
and
one.
silvery.
Bright and silvery.
Yeah.
As with the halibut, that changes all the time, and I heard that it's like they've actually added a couple days that you can't fish during the week, and it's like 2 halibut a day.
Depends on the region.
It's definitely the
all
region.
depends on
It's
the
on the
region.
region that you're
Yeah.
in, and I would definitely go onto the website
Yeah.
and see what the limits are. Because
But I'll say this, we're all mostly saltwater anglers. You're a
right.
saltwater angler, Bob. I'm
Right.
a saltwater angler. But Katmai Lodge is the ultimate saltwater angler's experience. I can promise you that. If you're a saltwater, I don't do freshwater.
Right.
Go to Katmai Lodge. You'll change your mind.
it's a saltwater fish
It's a
coming into the
spoil-
river.
It's a total spoiler. It's very, very different. Hey, Wayne, let's jump back in the phones.
Yeah, let's hear Robert from Canyon Country. What's going on, Robert?
Fabulous show, guys, as usual. So Rick got me all pumped up. You guys have talked about conventional spinning and fly gear. What about what's on the end? Rick got me pumped up about the mouse. And so what's on the end of the line?
Basically what it is, it's a lure, and it looks like a mouse with a single hook on it, a barbless, because when you're catching trout, our river's a barbless hook river, since it's a scenic river up in Alaska in the national park. And but you're using a top water line, so floating line, and as you pop it off the bank, the current makes a big bow into the line, and as it bows and as you twitch your rod end, it looks like the mouse is swimming. It kind of pops and it makes a little splash, so it kind of gives it the appearance of a mouse swimming across. Which when I was talking earlier in the show with the foxes that we have, there's these little voles, and the vole looks like a little hamster. It's a little like a baby hamster, and there's a lot of them up there.
Yeah.
And they're basically a vole that's jumping into the river and crossing the river, and the trout love to eat them, and that's what brings it in.
It's very similar to what we do with freshwater bass. With the
It's
mouse.
kind of like a frog. If anybody
kinda
fish with
like
a frog fishing, a bass, have you ever done that? It's basically the same type of look as it's swimming across the river, and they just crash them all the time.
Yeah, and then like the the sockeye flies are a little bit different. And then of course the chum flies are kind of like what you'd use like a saltwater fly.
A saltwater fly,
really.
yeah.
And you're just stripping it.
And it's very pinky, pinkish, and a lot of flowery. It looks it's kind of making it look like a shrimp.
Yeah,
that's kind of what they eat out, and that's why that makes their meat is more of a reddish,
aggressive takes.
It's basically looking like a shrimp swimming around there. That's what you're trying to present.
And then for the big kings or anything else that you can do in a spinner, just use regular like MEP spinners and such like that. Just something you'd use for salmon or trout in the ocean or the rivers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Let's go live to the tribute. Captain Mike's on the line. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going?
Doing great. Are you back fishing now? Back out of the yard?
Yeah, the boat's been out the last 2 weekends. Captain Ian ran the boat last trip, got in this morning. 2 really good weekends of lingcod fishing. We got out with a light load on this last one. We only had 15 guys at 30 lingcod, so 2 lingcod per person, and really good red fishing, really good bottom fishing, and they actually saw a pretty good sign of bluefin outside of it.
Whoa.
And it was kind of a last minute thing, but he said they dumped some bait on it. They hooked one of them. They're unfortunately 100-pound fish, so the one they hooked got away right off the bat. But kind of promising something else to offer. Might be able to get it in the mix down there.
Wow, January bluefin on a day and a half trip.
Unbelievable. We thought they were out there. We were just waiting for that report right there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's probably some out west. It's just the lack of coverage, lack of boats. But sorry about that. I think we've had this happen almost every year. It's all of a sudden we're doing these call-in-net trips, and we start looking at fish boiling around, and it doesn't take long before we start switching them over. But as of right now, the call-in-net fishing has been fantastic.
And
a couple yellowtail on the last one as well.
Yellowtail too.
Yeah, the trip before they had 2. I think they lost a handful, but same thing. Water's relatively warm and great weather here on this last trip.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, how do we get aboard the tribute? Are you going to be doing any more of those call-in-net trips here the latter part of January?
We have trips booked every Friday for the next few months, and if it's anything like it's been the last couple of years, if you want to fish call-in-net, you want to get in on one of these, because it's just a matter of time before we start switching it over and catching bluefin in February again, like I think has been pretty common for the last few years now.
Yeah. All right. Well, how do we get aboard the tribute?
Seaforth Landing, 619-224-3383, seaforthlanding.com, tributesportfishing.com, and take a look at our social media. We have some pictures up from this last trip, and it wouldn't surprise me that we start adding a little bit of bluefin to these things in the afternoon or on the way home.
All right. Captain Mike from the tribute out of Seaforth Sport Fishing. Get on the boat. Go fishing. Thanks a lot for the report. Right. We always appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
All right. Take care.
Awesome. Hey, and with that, we got the fish.com report by the Angler's Realtor, Yosef Husseini. In the Catch Report is sponsored by Fish Pros at Fishman's Processing in San Diego, where you get the premier processing experience. Check out the easier online system for booking your processing and for long-range trips. For more team members, Fishman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity and the finest customer service. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishmansprocessing.com and make your reservations today. Good morning, Yosef.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good to hear your voice, Wayne. How you guys doing?
Awesome. How you doing?
Oh, doing good, man. Fishing is kind of the same winter deal here, slowing down a little bit with our normal game fish, but up in Santa Cruz, Anacapa area, there's good bass fishing on the north side of Santa Cruz Island. There's also a really good whitefish and sheep's head bite back there. Not a ton of game fish showing up on the squid beds as of yet, but should pop here soon. Santa Monica Bay, the bass fishing has been awesome on the artificial reefs, especially with this beautiful weather. There's also mixed catches of sculpin and the occasional triggerfish. There's excellent sculpin action along the El Segundo Pipe in 40 to 200 feet water. Palo Verdes, LA Harbor, Long Beach area, the calico bass are biting well in the PV kelp up there, especially where the anchovy schools are. Danny was telling me that if you can you see those anchovy schools kind of chase them around and fish the outside of them. Been really producing some good fish. Isers is producing some quality sand bass. They're real tight to the structure, coming on lead heads with squid. Whitefish is still remaining really good fishing at the Santa Ana River Pipe, and the halibut are starting to show. People mainly shorts, but getting some better fishing on the halibut up in that area. Catalina Island halibut bite was good. It slowed down just a little bit, just hit and miss. Still pretty decent. There are some signs of sea bass that guys are catching, but it's mostly shorts. Bass fishing as well up there around the Boiler Rocks is still very good, and there still are some bonita around from the east end to cruise ship acreage. Smaller fish, 3 to 5 pounds. Trolling feathers is the name of the game there. 9 Mile Bank and off the coast, the deep water rockfish action on the lower side is in 550 to 800 feet. Really good fishing. The bonita have slowed down south there, but it's still picking back up towards Mission Bay and Point Loma area. Ensenada, Santo Tomas, they've got some bonita down there. There has been some decent action for halibut in less than 30 feet of water. Colonet, as you just heard, there's a few yellowtail there, and outstanding ling fishing along with big reds.
Cool.
That's all I got for you guys.
Well, it's, what's going on in the real estate world? Things are picking up.
It's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's really starting to move. Houses I've had sitting for a while, we gotten offers on, over the weekend. I'm out all day doing open houses today, just to try to capture some of this stuff and get my old inventory off the market, before it really starts moving here. But yeah, it's going. We did a loan this last week at 5.625.
Whoa. Whew.
Yeah,
Man.
no kidding, right?
It's time to refi if you bought a house in the interim, right?
Yeah, if you bought in the last 3 years, it's time to start refining. These rates should get a little bit better, but we're this should be our new norm for a little bit, hopefully here.
Cool. All right. Well, how do we find you if we want the best in real estate? The guy that knows his stuff and that fishes too.
You can get me on my cell phone, 619-277-2169. You can also get me on social media at calrealty.com and on my website at sportsmansrealty.com.
All right. Thanks, Joseph, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, and with that, the fishdope.com report brought by the Angler's Realtor, Joseph. The code this week on Fishdope is Hookup Now, lowercase, no space, to get your discount. And we got another text that just came in, and there's a good one because we're so used to fish the processing down here. We have Dave asking from Laguna, what is the cost of 50 pounds of fish being processed at Katmai?
What is the cost? Meaning that it doesn't cost you anything. There's no cost to
part of the deal. It's part of the deal.
Rolled into the price.
Yeah.
It's all. You're going to come home with 50 pounds, and it's not going to cost you anything more for the trip.
Such a deal.
It's That's it. We take care of it. We put it all together. We box it. We band it. It's ready to go on the airlines to come home with you.
Oh boy,
no additional cost.
So good.
And with that, we'll be right back on Let's Talk Hookup. Remember, call in 833-288-0973 or text your questions in. We'll be right back on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast Series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG Series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealers.
Experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada, at Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris. Hi, I'm Valerie Hopridge. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, breathtaking scenery and wildlife, warm community, and truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge. Just steps away from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris, you will be fishing pristine, unpressured waters for Chinook salmon, salmon, halibut, giant lingcod, and more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty and wildlife. All of us at Haida Gwaii Safaris have exciting news. We now have our own charter flight to and from Sandspit out of Vancouver, making your trip easier than ever. We pride ourselves on creating unforgettable adventures that turn the first-time guests into longtime friends. You will come for the fishing and you'll come back for the memories. We are booking now. Please call 1-877-815-2892 or visit us at qcsafaris.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where unforgettable memories are made one catch at a time.
Are you ready for reliability? Then you're ready for a Yamaha outboard. And there's no better time to jump on board than during our Ready for Reliability sales event. From now until March 31st, 2026, eligible new Yamaha 30 to 450 horsepower outboards get 2 additional years of warranty protection for a total of up to 7 years of warranty coverage. Plus, Yamaha 2.5 to 25 horsepower outboards come with up to $200 in dealer credit. Get ready to enjoy Yamaha reliability with a new outboard today. Visit your local Yamaha dealer for details. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends March 31st, 2026. Subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models excluded. 24-month Yamaha extended service added to 36 or 60-month factory limited warranty. Choice offered to Florida residents is a 24-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
Hi, Bob Hoos with Costa Sunglasses. If you've got young anglers in your life who are just getting hooked, Costa's got something made just for them. The new Next Gen collection is built for long days on the water and takes Costa's iconic performance for smaller faces. Check out Schoolie, Costa's first 8-base wrap for smaller profiles, and Street Heat, a bold everyday frame with micro side shields that keep glare and spray where they belong. Help the next generation see what's out there and protect what's out there. Available now at CostaDelMar.com and select retailers starting at $130.
Hey, this is Rosie with Cedros Sport Fishing. We have always been the leader with all-inclusive fishing trips to Cedros Island. We now have 2 lodges to choose from, and both sit on the cliff's edge with relaxing ocean views and gorgeous morning sunrises. With direct flights departing to the CBX in San Diego, we are committed to providing first-class service to our guests and an unforgettable fishing experience. Come check out the yellowtail and calico bass capital in the world. Nobody does it better than Cedros Sport Fishing. Call me at 619-772-7570 or check us out at cedrosportfishing.com. Book soon. Trips are going fast.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Boy, we're having a great time in here with Bob Kantor from Katmai Lodge. And boy, we got this great package we're going to be giving away. We are still looking for more people to call in. 833-288-0973.
All right, that great AFCO Alaska package, because it's layered. Layers are the key in Alaska, right?
That's it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Joe in La Mesa, Texanese. Good morning, fellas. Great show today. Never been to Alaska. Listening about the lodge and all the great accommodations and different fishing programs makes me want to pull the trigger and make the trip. Will Bob be at any of the Pacific Coast sport fishing shows coming up?
Absolutely. We'll be the one in Costa Mesa, and we're also down there in Del Mar.
Del Mar, too.
So we'll be at both of them.
Okay, yeah.
And you can come visit Charmel, Laura, myself, and Ida, my wife. So some will be at those.
All those.
We'll all switch around, but we'll be there.
And our listeners, too, expand out, too, all across the country. Right now, Charmel and Laura are up in Sacramento for the last day show.
Yep.
And then you're headed to New Jersey.
New Jersey. I live on Wednesday to go to New Jersey, and then from New Jersey I go over to Pennsylvania over there at the it's the big NRA show over there in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, cool. So you guys are around, but you definitely be at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing shows, both in Costa Mesa as well as San Diego, the new San Diego show. Great to have that back.
Yeah, and definitely look into if they're planning on it to come with the Let's Talk Hookup group.
Yeah, that's one spot left.
One spot left.
Yeah.
And it's a great, it's all the people from San Diego. You know, we pretty much fill the half with the lodge up, 3/4 of the lodge is full with all
San Diego, LA, Central California. Yeah, it's kind of all over. Our listeners are all over the place. So and that's the thing too, is you can fly to Anchorage from anywhere.
Correct.
San Diego, LA's nonstop flight.
San Francisco, San Jose, everything basically funnels through Seattle.
Yeah.
So you just get to Seattle. Alaska Airlines has a flight, every hour and a half.
Yeah.
there's a lot of flights
to Anchorage. There's a lot of flights.
A lot of flights up to Anchorage. So yeah, so no matter but our group is a great group.
Oh,
of
it's
people.
a fun
30,
group.
30 people,
Yep.
and just have a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
And there's a lot of couples that go. A lot of couples.
Exactly,
that
a lot of
go. A lot of
couples that
single anglers.
Single anglers.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of a variety.
And everybody has a common, thread in, California area.
Yeah.
It's basically everybody comes in and everybody knows everybody. And
Right.
It's a fun trip.
Or you make new friends.
And you make new friends.
Yeah, a lot of that going on. And Charmel and Laura, your main people in the office, along with your wife Ida.
Right.
What a great group! I mean, they just take care of
they
all
keep
their
me, they
all
keep
their
me
stuff.
straight.
Yeah.
They tell me what time I got to be there and what time I got to leave.
No, they do a great
with
job.
with everything else happens at the lodge. It's my hat's full.
Yes, it is, because you're the mechanic.
Right.
You're the pilot.
The-
you're the general manager.
The boat mechanic, the airplane mechanic,
like everything.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you learn all that stuff?
That's a long story.
Yeah.
We have a whole show just on that.
Yeah, but we were a commercial airline pilot for a number of years. Yeah,
did that too.
Yeah, so you've been around. Yeah, got. But if like the generator is breaking down, he's over there fixing it. It's like, where's Bob? Oh, he's down fixing the generator.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you can call
Absolutely,
somebody to just drive over.
Yeah,
That's one thing you have to do is a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's just like being on a sport boat. You got to do it all.
Got to do it all. You have a great text.
I do. It just kind of ties into the shows, I think, because it says, hey, I've never done a trip like this. It can be a little intimidating knowing, where to start the process, travel, clothing, heat, other blah, blah, blah. And can you walk through the steps of the process, how to get this thing in motion? And this is from Rick in Chula Vista. I think that ties into the shows because we got the San Diego show coming up.
Oh, absolutely. Coming in there, we'll take it step by step from the time you leave, you drive to LAX or San Diego or out of Orange County. We can walk you through every step along the way to tell you to the time you come back.
On top of that, you have the website.
And the website, everything's on the website. You can go
Beautiful
there.
website.
You can call in. You can personally talk to Charmel. She's been up there for years. She's been there since the get-go, so she's really knowledgeable of what goes on, how to do it, and we'll straighten you right out.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, let's jump back in the phones.
Yeah, let's it's Arnie in Vista. Arnie, hey, what's going on?
Hey guys, good morning.
Good
Welcome
morning.
back, Pete.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, Bob.
Yes.
How is that your facility set up for people who aren't as mobile as probably Wayne and Pete are compared to me, for sure? There's walking involved, or
Very little walking involved. If you have problems walking down a set of stairs, which is probably, what is it, maybe about 20 steps, Pete?
Yeah.
About that. We have one of those gators. If you're familiar with them, it's basically like a side-by-side car that you can just, your guide will pick you up right at your room, get it with all your gear on, and then they'll drive all the way down the little back road and come right on the dock. Yeah. So basically you step out of the gator 3 feet and you step into your boat.
Yeah. So you don't need to be very mobile.
You don't need to be mobile at all.
Yeah.
We have wheelchair people that come down.
Do you?
Yeah, we've had some vets that had, unfortunately they had their legs cut off, and they come out and we take care of them.
Wow.
So it's really good.
Fantastic.
But yeah, not a problem at all.
so magical.
What's that?
Your place sounds so magical.
Yeah, it's really simple, and we get a lot of the old timers, ocean fishermen that have problems standing, getting the waves and the swells and all that. We don't have that.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much fish in the boat. You never have to get out of the boat. If you don't want to, you'll catch plenty of fish inside the boat. The boats are really spacious. I mean, there's only 2 of you in there with the guide.
Oh yeah.
So there's plenty of, either in the front of the boat or the back of the boat. Both of them are really easy to fish out of. And then our beaches, or our sandbars, you want to call them, you just step out of the boat and it's you're ankle deep water, maybe up to your knees.
Yeah.
So there's not a big huge current going and pushing you down.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for people that can't, that are a little bit wobbly on their step.
Yeah. Hey, Arnie, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. I might add too, one thing I didn't mention is that our Let's Talk Hookup group gets a special discount.
like up to $800 off the regular package. So if you call, talk to Laura and Charmel, make sure, even if whether you're booking our trip or other times of the year, you can't go on our dates there on the 15th of July with that one spot left, or you want to take a couple and you want to go a different time, or you got to take a small group, just mention Let's Talk Hookup. They give you like an $800 discount. Again,
that's correct.
Katmai is not a cheap deal. None of Alaska, no Alaska thing for obvious reasons is a cheap. But if this is about the least expensive remote lodge package that you will ever see, by thousands of dollars, I might add. Just remember, you're right on the river in the middle of the wilderness when you book that package. Tommy P, who's coming up on the Let's Talk Hookup trip, says, I'm very excited to go on the Let's Talk Hookup trip. Can you describe a typical day of fishing and fun at the lodge?
Well, your typical day is you'll obviously the night before we've talked about the shore lunch. So the guide will prepare that and they'll be already in the boat. You'll get up in the morning. Usually everybody gets up about 6:30. Is down by the restaurant where we serve all the food and everything, the dining area. You'll have yourself an omelet, ham and cheese omelet, eggs over easy, waffles, whatever you like. We have a chef that prepares that for you in the morning. Breakfast, cereal, however you want to eat in the morning, orange juice. You get back, you'll get done with breakfast. You'll go back to your room, get your gear on. You've told the guide the night before, how about let's start at 8 or maybe 8:30, depending on how you want to do it. You show up at the boat down there at 8:30. You guys head out in the boat. You don't have to drive very far. You're just, maybe 15, 20 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
Depending
up or down the scenic river.
Down river, whichever, the guide decides to take you. You'll have your shore lunch at noon, 1 o'clock. You'll fish all till that time, and then you'll fish after lunch all the way till about 5:30. We try to get everybody heading back around 5 o'clock, because we need to take a head count to make sure everybody gets in. Because you're out in the middle of nowhere. We want to make sure everybody's back in time, which then gives you enough time to go take a shower, meet at the main lodge with all the other guests about 6 o'clock. Happy hour. We have drinks, hors d'oeuvres. We have the big screens with all the people's fish that everybody caught. You talk each other. About 6:45, 7 o'clock, the dinner bell rings. Everybody goes over to dinner, and you have a just phenomenal dinner. Whatever the night is, certain nights we have prime rib. Other nights we have steak night. Other nights we have Italian night. We have
always have fresh fish.
Always fresh fish. There's always fresh fish. There's always chicken or something. If you're not a meat eater,
a lot of vegetables,
salads, salad bar, the whole bit. And then you go back to the main lodge, have a few more drinks, and go to bed.
If you can.
If you can.
Like usually after dinner, I'm going to.
A lot of times people just go right after dinner. They go back to bed
or back to your room and kind of hang out
with your guys, play some poker,
search the internet,
search the internet, whatever you guys want to do. And then
because now you have Starlink, so it's like everybody has internet.
Starlink's a game changer up there in Alaska.
Yeah, it's changed everything.
So I got a question: what are the daylight hours during that summer period?
It's all day.
Yeah,
there is no night.
There is no night, right?
There is no night.
In July, like when we go mid-July, sun comes up probably at 3
in the morning,
and then it probably sets about 11.
No, probably about 1.
About 1. Okay,
about 2 to 3 hours in July.
You're very far north.
All the rooms have blackout shades, so you can close it because it is. When you wake up, it's daylight, and when you go to bed, it's daylight.
If there, and here's the thing too is if there's a couple listening and it's like I'm not going to stay out on the river for 8 hours or 10 hours. You don't have to. You can go back to the lodge. Right. I mean, if one wants to come back to the lodge, you can drop them off and go back out. If you both want to come back to the lodge, you just hang out.
We have a lot of times when someone brings their wives.
It's your boat, so you do whatever you want.
You'll have the wives, and they'll fish till like 1 o'clock, and they'll have lunch on the river, and then they want to go back to the lodge, and the guys goes back, drops the wife off, and then heads back out again for the rest of the day.
Well, let's jump back on the phones.
Yeah, let's hear Hills in Ventura. Hey, Hills, what's going on?
Good morning, you guys. Hey, Bob, wanted to ask a question. Picturing my bucket list trip up there. I know a lot of people that are fly fishermen really enjoy tying their own flies as an added bone, like excitement.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have like a fly tying vise or table?
We have multiple flight. We have a whole section, a whole room just dedicated for that. It's probably got 6 vices in there. Every hook, every type of material. We got deer hair, we got elk hair, we got all the feathers, and the guides love to come in the evening after dinner, sit down with you, your guide, and help you tie flies.
Nothing like catching a fish on a fly you tie.
Exactly. We have absolutely all of that for you.
Yeah. I'm super excited. I've really gotten into fly tying lately, and I'm super excited to go up there and kind of match the hatch.
You've been there. You've been there.
Oh, I've tied flies up there.
You've seen what we have.
It's fantastic.
It's got the lights. We got the vices. We got everything that you need.
Yeah. Hey, Kills, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Hey, yeah, we got another text here. Morning, guys. Great show. My question is for Bob. Is your lodge kid friendly, and what age would you think is the best? Thanks, Sharice in Huntington Beach.
Well, yeah, the kids under 16 is half price, so that's a great great deal. And kid friendly is absolutely. We have all the waders for kids. We have the life jackets for the kids. We've kids, right around 5 years old and up. I would say,
you've had 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And it'll be a memory of a lifetime.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
especially if you have like kids that are like 8, 10, 12.
Perfect.
Oh,
perfect.
My gosh.
Yes.
You have whole families that bring the whole family.
Families,
up there,
grandpa,
right?
grandma, the whole bit that come up there.
Yeah.
We do a lot of that.
Yeah.
That's we'll take big groups, with grandpa and the grandkids, and the beauty thing is the kids are going to catch fish.
Oh,
and because they get bored in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If they're not catching a fish in 15 minutes, they're already bored. Start throwing rocks and everything. But this way that you keep them busy the whole time.
Oh, for sure.
And we take you to a spot where you're just going to load up, because they don't really care whether it's a sockeye or a chum or a pink. They just want to have the rod.
They just want to catch fish.
They just want to catch fish.
Yeah.
And we'll take them to the mother holes.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's jump back on the phone.
Yeah, let's hear from Brian in Camp Pendleton. What's going on, Brian?
Hi, Brian.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Great.
Just a quick surf report from up here. As most surf fishermen know, everyone has these setups to cast out as far as they can. And this morning, I was blasting casts out over the breakers. And after about an hour of fishing, I'm reeling in, and 20 feet away from me, I see a flash. And the next thing you know, line screaming out with a 30-inch halibut.
Sweet.
And I guess the moral to the story is those bigger fish may be right next to you, and you don't even know it. And I've learned that lesson today. And so a beautiful fish, threw them back in, and just a beautiful morning. And love listening to the show. I just thought I'd pass that experience and tip along.
That's a great story. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. What a nice morning for you. They appreciate that. Hey, Dave in Poway says, good morning, guys. Bob, can you describe a typical day of fishing on the flyouts? Start time, duration, lunch, etc. Return.
Okay, the flyouts is normally you have your breakfast just like we talked about earlier. You meet me up at the airplane roughly about 7:30. 7:30 we'll meet up at the airplane. We take off. Most our flights to the flyouts are about 45 minutes to 1 hour.
Super scenic.
Super scenic. We're normally about 200-300 feet off the ground, not very high, so you're able to look at all the scenery as we fly out. Sometimes we'll cross some caribou or so on our way out, which is spectacular to see. And then we'll land depending on where we decide to go, and land on the lake or the river, wherever we go. We'll taxi onto the beach. You'll get out of the plane. Depending on my schedule, I'll either just stay there the whole day with you, and I'll just hang out with the airplane. You guys will go with your guides. You'll come back around 4 o'clock, 4:30. So to try to get you back at that 5:30 range in the afternoon to go have dinner, obviously, or I will take off and then come back and get you guys. And then pretty much your lunch is basically a burrito wrap or a sandwich or something like that. We'll have obviously plenty of water the guys will bring out for you.
Rides are fully equipped for the wilderness. There.
Fully equipped. They have the nets. And most of the time it's going to be just a number 6 weight rod, and you're going to be going out for trout fishing.
Pretty cool. All right.
Wow, as you can hear, the fastest 2 hours on radio. Hey, we've been listening to Bob at Katmai Lodge. When we come back, we'll be talking and we'll be
giving away the prize.
The AFCO package, and we'll be wrapping this up. It'll be a good time. Hey, Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook Live, and YouTube.
Exciting sports show of the year, the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Tackle, Boat, and Travel Show, presented by Geico. Now 2 great dates and locations. First, the giant 16th Annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, March 5th through the 8th at the OC Fair and Event Center at Costa Mesa. Then, the first annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Check out hundreds of sport fishing exhibitors, manufacturers, tackle dealers, fishing boats, and fishing resorts, taking up the huge fairgrounds at both locations, plus fantastic seminars and free kids trout pond. Seminars featuring some of the top names in the industry, from catching giant bluefin, swordfish, calico bass, freshwater bass, trout, and more. Take advantage of incredible show specials from major tackle retailers and boat dealers. Talk to the top fishing travel destinations. Thursday, March 5th to Sunday, March 8th at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa, and in San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Presented by Geico. Check sportfishingfestival.com.
The San Diego Rodeo is happening soon at Petco Park, and your San Diego County Ford dealer can get you there as the official truck. Take a test drive at your local San Diego County Ford dealer and get 2 complimentary tickets to the San Diego Rodeo that's happening January 16th through the 18th. It's only while supplies last, and the tickets are going fast. Don't miss out. Be sure to visit buyfordnow.com to find your local participating Ford dealer to take your test drive today.
This is Bill Varney with the 2026 CCA Sport Fishing Calendar, and I'd like to thank our advertisers, sponsors, and customers for their support. The calendar provides much-needed funding and highlights CCA's fight to protect marine habitat and your right to fish. If you need a tight calendar to plan your fishing trips, you'll find them at most tackle shops, landings, and online at surffishtackle.com. Thank you again for joining, volunteering, and supporting CCA California.
The reels that Southern California anglers have been waiting for are here. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 40A and 50A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship 2-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. Shimano has increased the fishability of the larger Talica models by reducing rotational resistance at high drag and improving durability in critical positions within the reel. The all-new Talica 40A and 50A now boast Infinity Drive, which employs 2 drag washers housed on the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load by as much as 40%. The new Talica is built around a more compact, cold-forged machine aluminum one-piece frame. Plus, there's also a new higher high gear built with a Southern California angler in mind. The new Talica 40 and 50A are available now at your local Shimano dealer.
Everyone has their go-to fishing spot. My spot is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Rock Cod Rick here to say if you're looking for the ultimate Alaska experience and the best value in Alaska, it's Kingfisher Charters. Owner Seth Bone and his crew consistently deliver deluxe accommodations, the finest food, world-class fish processing, and top-of-the-line fishing experience. We've literally sent hundreds of our listeners to Kingfisher, and they all can't wait to go back. Most Alaska resorts make big promises, and they don't deliver, or they'll nickel and dime you to drive up the cost, but not Kingfisher. Everything is included. Your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, your gear. Literally all you need to bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. They also have the finest boats and charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. Take it from me, book your trip to Kingfisher Charters and you'll thank me. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Well, here we go. Bob's going to flip the coin.
Flip the coin. Caller or texter.
And it's a texter today. Hey, Jeff from Huntington Beach, you're going to win that AFCO prize package. What a great prize. What a fun show we had today.
Fun show. Bob, Katmai Lodge.
Always being here, guys.
Wonderful place. Again, if you want to go on the Let's Talk Hookup trip on July 15th, one spot left for us. And there's, you're going to be among friends, so don't worry coming by yourself.
Just go on our website.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yep.
I'm looking forward
Come
to it.
fish
Harold
with
will
Pete.
be there.
Come fish with Pete. You guys can call at 1-800-330-0326, or you can get us at katmai.com.
All right, katmai.com. And of course, check it out. The website has a lot of great information for you.
Everything there is the shows on the website.
Yeah, for sure.
Prices and everything.
Yeah, call Charmel in the office. She's a wealth of knowledge, or Laura. They're both wealth of knowledge. They'll fill you in.
They'll have the schedules, and if you can't make that trip, there's other trips that are still available.
Right, a lot. Lots of them throughout the whole season. We talked about the different types of the season. Hey, thanks to Jeff at the Fan for manning the phones and the board, and thanks to Adam for all he does on the Let's Talk Hookup app. Hey, next Saturday, Anthony from Baker Marine will be here. We're talking binos next Saturday. Then next Sunday, Captain Jim Hughes from the Cortez, his annual visit. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you next week. Right back here on 97.3 The Fan, YouTube, Facebook Live, and the Let's Talk Hookup app.